Welcome to Bank on Her. I'm Mackenzie Conklin, and I teach you how to make confidence a strength in and out of your business so you can build self-made wealth and unrealistic success on your terms. I've gone from defeatingly low self-worth to a multiple six-figure entrepreneur by learning how to bank on myself, and I believe you can do it too. Listen to find out how. Hi, what is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I am really excited for today's episode. We're going to be talking about how to overcome the fear of success and the fear of failure. Before we get into it, I just want to give a little life update. I am currently today. Oh my God, it's today. I haven't had enough coffee. I am heading to Detroit to visit my best friend's for her birthday. We're going to the Taylor Swift concert with her. It'll be fun. The real thing that I'm excited about, though, is that I am on the next Monday going to Europe on a solo trip. I'm going to be going to Dubrovnik and sitting by the ocean. I have a 5-star hotel. I'm literally just sitting my ass by the water. I wanted to choose a city where I knew I would go back so that I didn't feel pressure to have to explore the entire city the whole time and make the most of it when I really just want to be tan and read books and listen to podcasts and journal and do all the things by the ocean. And so I'm doing Dubrovnik, and then I am going to the south of France. I think it's Saint-Tropez where I'm technically going. And same thing there, 5-star hotel, sitting by the water the whole time. And then I'm going to be meeting my boyfriend in Paris. I've only been to Paris for like a really short layover when I was going to, where was I going? Oh, Greece last year. Or was it? Yeah, last year. And so I'm going again. My boyfriend's been a couple times. He's a really big shopping guy. And people always find that funny. And so he's really into Paris. So I'm going to Paris with him. That'll be really exciting. And the reason why I'm really excited for this trip too is that I think it was around 9 months ago where I actually found the hotel that I'm going to be staying at in the south of France. And I remember just thinking that hotel signified the next level for me. It signified the luxury, the solo travel, the income that I wanted to make. I remember seeing another entrepreneur there who's like this big influencer. And that's where I first found it. And I just remember thinking, I really want to stay at that hotel. And it kind of went out of my mind. And then I would say 2 months ago, maybe, I was like, you know what? When I think of the next version of myself, who I want to step into, who I want to become, the next season of life, chapter of life that I want to create, the next iteration of myself who runs this business, the impact that she wants to make, the money that she's making, and the person who's really just changing the lives of so many women, and really just thinking about it through the lens of like, who do I need to be for my clients? Europe came up. And really the reason that I think it did is because I think in this next season, something I've always wanted to do was travel the world working for myself, empowering women. And I had this dream since I was little. And I remember when I told people that I want to A, travel the world, B, work for myself, 3, empower women. They told me, the other thing I said is like, have kids one day. I was told constantly I couldn't have it all. I had to choose. Couldn't have it all. I had to choose. And I just think it's so beautiful that I've done that. I've created it. I don't have kids yet. Not ready for those. But I think it's just really beautiful that I could create it. And so the next stage of my life, and I think the impact I want to create, is stepping more into that version of myself where I'm traveling even more. I'm doing it by myself. I'm really coming into my own. People have been telling me my trip sounds like an eat, pray, love thing. And I'm not opposed to it. And really just pouring into my clients, pouring into Unlimited, pouring into my one-to-ones. And something about Europe, I was like, you know what? I think I need to go there. I think I need to go there and step into this next iteration of myself. And so I I booked the trip. I'm going to that hotel that I found 9 months ago and was like, that's going to be where I stay at some point. And it wasn't far away. And again, I made it happen within 2 months, and I'm just really, really excited. And then after Europe, I'm going straight to New York for about a month. And so I just have this fun 2 months of travel summer, and I'm really, really excited about it. I journaled the other morning that I'm so excited to see who I become on the other side of it. And all the things that I'm going to go through to get there, not only Europe, but through this launch of Unlimited and with my clients and everything that I'm pouring into them, everything I'm creating for them. I just feel really, really amazing about it. And I'm excited to trust myself and see who I am, see what my business is, see what my life is on the other side of it. So today marks the day when I leave and get into it. So I'm really excited about all of that. Just want to give you that update because I think it's important too. And I work on this so much with my clients of, if you have a big dream, it doesn't need to be years away. If you have that big, sexy, dreamy life or business goal, it does not have to be far away. It can happen this year, far sooner, far bigger, far better than you've ever imagined. And that happens so often with my clients. I was actually on a one-to-one call yesterday with one of my clients, and she had this far off dream. She literally said, direct quote, "I never in my wildest dreams thought I could become a full-time author." And when she talked to me about it initially, when we first started working together, it was this pipeline 20-year off dream. And yesterday we were sitting there. She's done so much. She's within 4.5. Let's go with 4.5. 4.5 months of working together. She's already a full-time author. She's living in Europe. She's paying for her friends to go to, European trips with her. She's doing so many things, and it wasn't 20 years away. It was 4.5 months away. And so many of my clients have stories like this. And I just think it's so beautiful to have the ability that when you have a goal in mind, for example, my client becoming the author, or me deciding I needed to go to Europe 2 months ago, and 2 months later having it all booked, ready to go, it takes a lot of confidence. And so the thing that I want to tell you about too, and I know I've told you about it, but I'm gonna keep telling you about it every day, all day, is I'm having a free workshop called Bank on Yourself: How to Hit Any Life or Business Goal Using Confidence. And that's going to be on July 11th. And I am going to literally workshop with you on whatever life or business goal you have that feels so far away, that feels like it can't be you who does it, that feels like it's going to take so much or you have to be different to do it. Whatever that goal is, we are going to go on this free workshop together and workshop it. I'm going to be taking you through my process. I'm going to be taking you some of the switches that my clients make to be able to go from 20-year off dreams, 5-year plans, to having it all happen in 5 months. And I'm just so excited to be doing this with you. It feels so me. It makes me come alive. I want everyone to see they're so powerful and they have so much ability to create exactly what they want. And all it takes is confidence. And so we're going to show you the simple, seriously, they're so easy shifts that it takes to start becoming confident now. And my clients always say that they thought confidence would take years of therapy. They thought it would take years to build. They thought they needed a whole new brain and personality and body and existence to create it. And the concepts that I share in Unlimited and that I'm going to be sharing with you on the free workshop literally make confidence accessible within a few conversations, a few weeks, a few small shifts. And so I'm really excited about this workshop. You can use the show notes to register. And the really fun thing that I'm doing too, I'm super excited about this, is that anyone who attends the workshop live on July 11th, we're going to be basically giving away for two people, a week of one-to-one Voxer with me. And so all you have to do is come to the workshop live, see how you can make your dream happen this freaking year, and you can be entered to win a week of one-to-one Voxer with me. And again, that'll be 2 people that we're giving it away for. I'm super excited about that. And then after the workshop, the doors to Unlimited are going to be opening. And again, it was a 6-month program. It is now a 12-month group program where we help you build audacious self-belief and the skills to do 100K on repeat using confidence. and every client becomes a minimum of 25% financially and emotionally richer. But if you've seen any of my client wins, any of my client testimonials, they always say 25% richer happens within the first month. And then they just do it on repeat. And it's more like 250% richer financially, emotionally, because of the confidence we build in Unlimited. And so the doors to that will be opening after the workshop. So make sure you register for the free workshop so that you can get that week of one-to-one Boxer with me. We can help you hit that goal. And I'm just so thrilled and excited to be bringing it to you. So without further ado, let's get into the episode. So again, we're talking about fear of success and fear of failure and really how to solve that. And so where this episode came from is I actually asked my clients the other week, why are you so afraid to full-time unapologetically believe in yourself? And the answers were so interesting. So people answered, I'm just going to read a couple to you. They answered, I'm afraid to believe in myself because what if it pushes people I care about away? Or I'm scared of success. What if that means more work? Or what if I'm not enough? What if I'm missing something? What if I believe in myself and I'm wrong? Or what if I was capable of creating everything I want and more? That feels too scary, too much would change. Or because I was never encouraged to believe in myself, I never learned how to. I was encouraged just to stay small. So it's scary to believe in myself. Or what if everyone leaves and I'm completely alone? What if I'm more capable? And I thought they had all of these really interesting to me, of course, answers around why they were so afraid to believe in themselves. First, before we go any deeper into the episode, I want you to stop your hot girl walk for a second, turn up the volume if you're driving, put the makeup brush down or doing whatever the heck it is you people do when you decide to listen to me. I want you to really sit and reflect on, why am I so afraid to full-time, unapologetically believe in myself? What is so scary about that to you? And I want you to just note your answer, keep it with you in mind for the rest of this episode, because you'll be able to figure out what's really going on and how to solve it based on whatever your answer is. And so whatever your answer is, if you pause your hot girl walk, you did all that, and you have your answer, I want to explain that I noticed that with all the answers they gave me, why on why they are afraid to believe in themselves, it largely fell into one of two categories. So they either were afraid of the success that would come if they believed in themselves, or afraid of failing if they believed in themselves. So really, it was fear of success or fear of failure. And the beautiful thing that no one ever talks about and is just so simple is that solving both of those fears, even if they seem really different, is actually the same solution, which is super nice, super convenient for you. And so drum roll, it is motherfucking confidence. That is the solution. So I want to talk a little bit more about how you can identify what you have, fear of success, fear of failure, or if, it might be you. You might have both, and how you can go about solving it. Because both fear of failure and fear of success are stopping you from hitting every single life or business goal that you set. And that's what we're about in this season. I just want this to be a summer, a confident girl summer, where you create literally everything that you want. And there's no reason you can't. So this episode is going to help you solve that fear of failure and fear of success. So let me start with my take on fear of failure. And so the answers that my clients gave on why they're afraid to believe in themselves, that is actually fear of failure. They sound like this, and let me know. Let me know. You can't let me know. I'm on a podcast, but you can come DM me, which you are. But fear of failure will sound like, what if I'm not enough? What if I'm missing something? What if I'm wrong? Or I was never encouraged to believe in myself, so I'm scared to, because believing in myself won't lead to anything, and then I'll feel like a bigger failure. Or what if I get things wrong and I fail? Or because who am I to think that I can do these things? That sort of flavor is fear of failure. You are afraid to full-time believe in yourself because you are also afraid of failure. And so I love stats. You guys probably know this if you've ever been to anything, any free event I put on. I love a good stat. I'm just a numbers girl. So a super relevant statistic that I think perfectly relates to fear of failure is that Men will apply for a job when they only meet 60% of the qualifications, but very often women will only apply for a job if they meet 100% of the qualifications. And I get it. This is about women in corporate, and a lot of my listeners are female founders. And if you're in corporate and if you have this experience, that might be super relevant. I have talked to so many friends, so many female friends who are in corporate and they won't apply to jobs because they don't meet the 5 years of experience mark or whatever it is. And I hate that. I hate it because they're so qualified already. They're probably overqualified and the qualifications are just a nice to have, but we're not going to get into that whole corporate conversation. But even if you're a female founder, this does pertain to you. And let me be clear, just because the stat is on women in corporate doesn't mean the behavior doesn't apply to us female founders. It does. We just play in a different arena. And really, my interpretation of this stat is that, and underlying all of it, is that women are often conditioned to be so afraid of failure, that we're so afraid of failure that we are too discouraged by that fear that we're less willing to try. We're less willing to put ourselves out there. And I think that's what it is with that statistic is we are afraid of failing, so we don't even apply. And the reason that it tends to be for any client I've worked with in female founder, when it comes, they're too discouraged to even try, it's because they are afraid failure will mean something about us. So fear of failure tends to be because we are petrified that if we fail, it will mean something about us. So we are too discouraged, too afraid to even try. We are too afraid to put ourselves out there. The amount of people going full send 100% towards their goals is very, very little. And usually we would make failure mean that we're not enough. That's what it's usually about. Fear of failure is that if we go after something and we fail, it would mean we're not enough. And the solution to that is confidence. Confidence will take away fear of failure because you will never make it mean a single thing about you if you fail when you're confident. Failure doesn't mean anything about me. And I even like to think the thing that I say to my clients a lot is failure is really only failure if I choose to see it that way. And confidence has it so you almost never see a failure as a failure. And even if you do, you already know it means nothing about you. And so what keeps people really stuck in fear of failure is this, of when we do not yet believe in ourselves, the narrative is, like I have said, if I fail, it means I'm not enough. If I failed, if I got rejected, if I didn't hit my goals, it was because I wasn't good enough. And so we get in this cycle where we're afraid to believe in ourselves enough to really try and go full send after what we want, because if we fail, it'll mean we're not enough. And so we don't believe in ourselves, and that perpetuates the fear of failure. It perpetuates us not trying, which perpetuates us not believing in ourselves. But the paradox thing is this, and the thing that we often don't think about is this. If you just believe in yourself, if you build your confidence, you will no longer default to thinking that you're not enough. You will no longer have the idea that you are not enough. That narrative only exists because you have not built your confidence enough yet. So if you believe in yourself, you're in a very big fallacy there. If you're like, if I believe in myself, fail, not enough in that cycle. If you actually believe in yourself, again, that is a fallacy. So if you believe in yourself and you fail, it won't mean anything because you've already built your confidence, right? So if you build your confidence, it just won't mean anything if you fail. It just means you didn't hit a goal. It just means you keep going. It just means you grew. It means so many things, but belief and confidence heals the not enough narrative completely. Completely. If shit doesn't go my way, my brain will not ever anymore go to the narrative, it's because I wasn't enough. And let me tell you, that used to be my narrative for everything in life. Everything. I wasn't pretty enough, skinny enough, funny enough, smart enough, cool enough, likable enough. Like it doesn't matter. I had that narrative for everything. And it kept me so afraid of failure. It kept me so stuck. What I didn't yet realize is that if I just genuinely built up my self-belief, if I changed my self-image, if I raised my identity, the not enough narrative would go away. But women get stuck in this fallacy that I said, where if I believe in myself and I fail, it'll mean I'm not enough and I was wrong. So I shouldn't believe in myself. So you stay stuck. Competence changes that. Here's the thing too. I'm not afraid of failure anymore. And here's also why. And this has come after years of craving confidence, finally building it for myself, and obviously being a very confident person now. Now, if I fail, one, again, I would have to see it as failure, which I don't often do. But if I do fail, it must mean that I believed in myself enough to try. And that's always a fucking win. I'm going to say that again. If I failed, it must mean that I believed in myself enough to try. And that is a win. If I failed, it now to me becomes a sign that I was willing to believe in myself. And I spent, again, my whole life, 2 decades fighting to believe in myself. So failure to me now, after wanting to feel confident for so long, after feeling not enough in every area of life for so long, failure is now this beautiful, really freaking beautiful indication that I believe in myself. So I am so willing to be seen trying. I am willing to look stupid. I am willing to take audacious risks and fail, because the worst scenario is I pick myself back up. That's the worst scenario. And an example I was thinking of the other day when thinking about this episode is, and this is, don't try this at home, but I literally bought a motorcycle without ever being on one. And not like a crazy motorcycle, but like a motorcycle big enough engine that it goes on the highway. I was so willing to believe in myself that I bought a motorcycle. And I remember them asking me when I bought it, they were like, have you ever ridden one of these? And I was like, nope. And they didn't want to give it to me, and they refused to sell it to me when it was raining out, because they said it's way more dangerous in the rain. So they said that they would deliver it to me when it wasn't raining, but they really were betting against me. And I just banked on myself. I was so willing to fail. I was willing to, fall off. Oh my God, especially in San Francisco hills, like going up these hills on a motorcycle is a lot scarier than just like regularly driving one. I was willing to do it because, I don't know, at the time, it felt like me exercising my self-belief. It felt like an identity shift. And it was something that people would have never thought I could do. And I didn't think I could do, but then I did it. And again, this is a very out there example, but I want you to start seeing fear of failure that way. Of failure just means I was willing to believe in myself. And that is a huge ass win. Another example that I really remember is I remember running for a president of a club I was in college. And college was a time where I was really, really crippling low self-worth. And I had to make a speech in front of 250 people to become president of the club. And I didn't get it. And looking back, I was not meant to get it. And my goodness, it was such a blessing that I didn't get it. But I was so proud of myself for trying. I remember being so, so proud of myself for giving that speech, for being willing to nominate myself to really go for it, because it was me publicly believing in myself. And it was at a time when that was the most terrifying thing I possibly could have done. Not giving the speech, not running for president, but publicly believing in myself was petrifying. And so even though I failed, it was such a beautiful thing that I could believe in myself. So again, if you're afraid of failure, I want you to start thinking of it like this, that it's a really beautiful indication you've believed in yourself, and know about that fallacy, the failure fallacy, let's call it, and that confidence heals that. And when you heal your fear of failure through confidence, you will be so much more willing to go after the really big things that you want, including that big, dreamy, crazy, out there, no way it happens life or business goal that you've been dreaming about, and that we will work towards in my free workshop and in Unlimited. Okay, now moving on to fear of success. So if you're initially like, I don't have fear of success, or like, what the fuck really is even fear of success? Because I know when I talked to my clients about it, they were like, well, how do I actually know I have fear of success, or do I, and what's that really mean? So let's just call it by a little more well-known name of, I like to think at least, self-sabotage. And so fear of success is really, if I just kind of give you the definition, the concern that once we achieve something new, we'll be incapable of sustaining it, or we fear what also will come along with that success. And fear of success and self-sabotage too, she's just the sneakiest little bitch. She's the tough one. And so often what I will see happen here is that clients will just self-sabotage. And again, it's so subconscious, it's so sneaky. Or what they will have happen is that they keep saying they really want something, saying they want it over and over, they'll talk about it, but they're not actually earning it, or they're taking action, but not fully taking action towards it, or they fall short of achieving it. They'll say they want it, but they don't really want it. Let me say that. They don't necessarily they don't full-time want it, because their nervous system, the fear their nervous system is experiencing is always going to override the desire for that success. So like I said, sneaky bitch. And the responses that I got from my clients around, why are you so afraid to believe in yourself? And check in with yourself too, if you fall into fear of success. They said things like, what if when I believe in myself, it pushes people I care about away? Or what if success means more work? What if I was actually capable of creating everything I wanted and more? That feels too scary, too much change. Or what if when I succeed, I change? What if I'm too busy? What if I don't have enough time for the things I love? They said that if they believed in themselves, what if everyone leaves and I end up completely alone? What if I'm more capable of more than I thought? Things like that. That is anything of the flavor of those kinds of responses to why you're afraid to believe in yourself, that's actually fear of success. So when you can say you desire your big goal, your crazy out there, no way this happens goal, but if you fear that believing in yourself or the success will actually detract from your life in some way, you will stop yourself from achieving it. You'll self-sabotage. You'll put in the effort, but probably not at that 100%. And so again, I'm going to repeat it, but what I always tell my clients is that your nervous system will win out over your desires, meaning your fear and your lack of perceived safety will always win out over the desire for that goal. And so this one with fear of success can be so hard to spot, but I think a really good question to ask yourself is this. When it comes to thinking about the big goal you have, life, business, just the success you want, ask yourself, what am I so afraid of? What am I so afraid of happening? And honestly, this question works for both fear of failure, fear of success. And your answer to this question, what am I so afraid of, will determine which you have going on, fear of success, fear of failure, or again, if you're lucky, both. So if what you fear is that you won't be enough, it'll mean something about you, etc., things like that, that's fear of failure. And if you're afraid with that success, you couldn't handle it, you'll somehow lose things because of the success, you would be disliked, that the success will cost you something more, like cost you something else in life. What will people think of you with either the pursuit of the success or when you have it, or if you believe in yourself? That's going to be fear of success. And not at all surprising, confidence is again the solution here. Something that I work on extensively in a philosophy inside of my Containers Unlimited private coaching is that we try to get your beliefs far above your current levels of success. Because when your beliefs are below your success, it's so hard to succeed. That is when you will have slow growth. You'll wonder if things are working. You're constantly questioning yourself. If that's what you have going on, your beliefs might be below your levels of success or in line with your levels of success. And so what I coach my clients on is raising their levels of belief and their belief system far above their success so that they have that room to succeed more and it's not terrifying for them. So you will have fear of success often if your beliefs are below or in line with your current levels of success. So let me just give you an example. I was coaching someone the other day and they were around, I think it was like, oh God, their business was bringing in, I think around $10,000 to $12,000 cash a month. And when they thought about getting to 20, they had all of these ideas around what it would mean if they were at 20, what would happen with their money. They were really afraid of having that much money. They were afraid of what would happen with the relationship, right? All of that fear of success. And all that is showing is that her beliefs are currently in line with where she is. If her beliefs falter about herself, about her capabilities, around what she can do and what her life will be at the 20, it's showing her beliefs aren't there yet. So it's going to be so much harder for her to get to the $20,000 because her beliefs aren't there. Versus if she regulated her nervous system, if her belief system was at 20 would feel really safe and it would be so much easier to get to the 20. So apply that and what I just said to whatever your goals are. Are you afraid of it, right? Does it feel really good? Does it feel normal? So something that I really work on doing is that if I have a goal that I want, whether it's like the Europe, the income level in my life, I work on making that feel really, really, really safe far before I get there, so that my beliefs are far above my levels of success, my current levels of success, and therefore it feels safe to raise my success. That is just confidence. It's building your belief system. It is confidence. And the thing is, too, is that fear of success is usually just an indicator that you're not fully trusting yourself. You don't fully trust yourself to have your own back, and or that you're capable enough to handle what's going to come with that success, which again is just tying back to self-belief, and it ties back to your identity. And when you work on confidence, confidence will build your self-trust, it will build your self-belief, it will build your identity so that you feel really, really capable, safe, confident when it comes to achieving that next level. So the beliefs of, like what if I go back to what they said around why they're so afraid to believe in themselves, the fear of what if I push people away? What will people think? What if it means more work? What if I'm actually more capable than I thought? That won't scare you anymore because you will have your own back and trust that you can handle it. It will be that next level of success will be in line with your identity. It's not going to be scary anymore. Confidence is the solution to both fear of success and fear of failure. Your solution is confidence. And when you overcome fear of success, when you overcome fear of failure, your ability to achieve what you want literally skyrockets. And all those crazy out there, no way this happens goals happen so fast, bigger and better than you've imagined. It is why clients are able to do crazy things like feel like they're just going through day-to-day motions, and that's what life will be, to going on 58 dates with their spouse. Clients who 7x their cash, move abroad and thought it would take years, who have literally made all their 5-year plans happen in 5 months. So many women on Unlimited earn more money than they ever have in their business, and their life gets the changes in their life reflect that in change in income, right? Their emotional wealth skyrockets, their financial wealth skyrockets. And it's because we've healed the fear of success and fear of failure. And so it allows them to achieve feeling very safe, confident, grounded, and go after their big goals. And we solve both of these, the fear of success, fear of failure, believing in yourself, in Unlimited. We build your audacious self-belief in yourself and the skills to do 100K on repeat. So it's incredibly easy, possible, fun, simple to overcome fear of failure, fear of success, and fear of believing in yourself. So again, if you're struggling with these things and you really, really, really want to achieve that crazy out there, no way this happens goal this year, literally this year, then come register for my free workshop. We're going to be showing you how to stop faking confidence, how to stop wishing you were further, stop playing small, and finally become the person who can hit any life or business goal using that audacious self-belief. We're going to have clients who come on and talk about how they hit their biggest goals and they all thought they couldn't do it. We're going to have a Q&A. I'm going to be there to coach you. We're going to workshop it through. And again, 2 people who come live will be able to win a week of one-to-one Voxer access with me. And that's just messaging support. And we can coach on confidence. We can coach on your goals. We can coach on life. We can coach on your business, anything in that time. So I'm really, really excited, and make sure to go to the show notes and register for the workshop if you haven't already. And thank you for listening, and I'll catch you next week. Join me live for my free workshop, Bank on Yourself, how to hit any life or business goal using confidence. We'll be showing you how to stop faking confidence, wishing you were further in business, playing small, and finally help you become the person who can hit any life or business goal using audacious self-belief. After the workshop, the doors to Unlimited will be opening. This is my signature program for female founders ready to build audacious self-belief and the skills to do 100K on repeat through confident marketing. The program now includes 12 months of coaching, curriculum, and community, and the doors open on July 11th through the 25th. Those who register for the webinar and join Unlimited before July 14th or within 40 hours of the workshop will receive a bonus intensive with me, and you can use the show notes to register for the workshop. I'll see you there.